As a woman, as women, we are blessed that we can multitask. We can do so many things and not even let other people realize we're overwhelmed. So I feel like I'm juggling life, and a lot of people are like, but you're doing this, you're doing that, you have club, you have national team, you have basketball, you have business, you have this. I'm like, yeah, but I'm handling all of it. I'm good with it. I'm a woman. We're born that way.
True, you just
Yes.
take and deal and deal.
Yes, you just do. So it's okay. It's okay.
But also you have
I'm
a very
handling
good
it.
support system. Your
I
husband and your
do.
mom
Yeah, my
steps
mom.
in.
Yes. So everything is
Have you
quite
ever
fine.
felt though that you were like overwhelmed? Has there ever been a point where you really struggled?
Everyone has that point. Everyone has that point. And yes, sometimes I do feel that way because uh, there are times when my husband is not around, and then you have to run everything yourself. Where is this one? Where is the other one? And when you run a business in Uganda, you know our strong points, well, our weakest points is timekeeping and taking work seriously. So dealing with workers sometimes is a bit of a trick, and it gets easier when my husband is around because
Okay.
he's more tap 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 tap, and even if I'm somewhere else, he can be there to fill in.
Yeah.
But when he's not around, I have to do it all. Like, I have to be there, I have to be here, I have to be here, I have to make sure this one is there. So at times it can get overwhelming, but even when it does, I still find some time off to reflect and be like, okay, USA,
Have a moment.
have a moment, chill out. It's Monday. It's not gonna die if I'm not there. I'm having this time to myself. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in bed the whole day. My mom is picking my daughter. I'm going to reflect, chill out, relax, and Tuesday, I'm good to go again.
So you take that time
I
for
take the
yourself
time.
when you
I take
need
the
it.
time. Otherwise, you run mad. I'll take the time. Yeah.
You're raising a daughter,
Yes.
and you've had your support of your mom. How is that for your daughter now? Have you like identified that there's something that she's really passionate about yet?
Well, I do take her to basketball camp. So
Okay.
she loves it because they tell her, oh, your mom's favorite movie is this, let's show you. And she's so excited because she reads all these clips about mom and she's really happy and she feels, even me, I can try it out. But I've noticed she loves a lot of other stuff. So, because she has a sports mom and a music dad,
Yes.
he bought for her as well a guitar that she loves as well. So she plays the guitar. So she has a
Okay.
bit of music and a bit of sport. Then she does skating as well. She loves to swim. So, like I said earlier, I leave her to do everything she wants to do
Yes.
because I want her not to realize what she wants to do and what she likes to do, and in turn we can let her try everything, and then we'll just see, okay, this is what she's good at and this is what she can do.
Some
Yeah, I
people
don't want to push
find that
her.
a challenge. Some parents find that a challenge.
Yeah, it's not
Because
easy.
children are constantly, oh, today I want this, today, tomorrow
It's
I want
not
that.
easy, and especially in our academic system in Uganda right now, it's not easy to find anything extra that a child can do because our schools are so focused on academics alone,
Yep.
which is a real challenge for me as a sports person because I try as much as possible in all conferences I talk to try and tell most of these administrators or teachers or fellow parents and tell them, look, sports can open so many ways for children that you don't even know. I always use myself as an example. And once they're good at something like that, not everyone is going to be an engineer, a pilot, everything. But that's how our system is designed. That it's designed in a way that, I don't know if you once saw this cartoon where there is a monkey and an elephant and a fish, and the test is climb the tree. So only the monkey will climb that.
Yes.
The elephant has strength elsewhere,
Yeah.
and the fish has strengths elsewhere. But our system is designed that way.
Yeah,
One
everyone to
fits
climb the
all.
tree. Yeah.
Everyone climb the tree. And I feel as a parent now, it's up to me to now say, okay, right, it's holidays. Camp, basketball. Is the guitar there? Is this? I have to find it extra. But then that's still less time, because in those 3 weeks she still has holiday work.
Yeah.
And
Still gotta get that done.
yeah, you have to get that done. So it's a bit of a challenge to find what she likes, because it's everything is surrounded only around education and books. It's even school, after they're in school from morning at 7 in the morning up to evening, and when they come home they still have 2 sets of
Homework.
homework. On the weekend they still have 4 sets of homework. So it's a real challenge that our children do not get a chance to do anything else apart from that.
So you have to make the extra effort.
You have to make the extra effort, but sometimes even the time is not there, because they have to do all this other stuff. And I pray soon in our system they'll look at all those things and consider it, because we could open and pave ways for so many, kids. If you look at the sports now, our netball team, one of the best in Africa. Now we are fifth, sixth in the world after the netball World Cup. But all those ladies in there, like when you look at Peace Proskovia, she's gotten so much. Right now she's playing in Australia, and it's opened so many ways for her that nothing else would open. But how are our kids going to even learn that if the school will have one sports day once in 2 years, no really sports oriented anything, no music oriented anything? So all they have is academics. So what happens to your child's other talents?
Yeah.
As a parent, I have to push further, but I face so many challenges because the time is not awarded to us. And it would be nice if during her time in school, because you find the whole year she spends more time at school than she will at home.
Yep.
If they could take them through, because earlier on I started at school. I had the chance in primary school. They used to give us the whole afternoon to do sports.
Yeah, to do activities.
That is how I got the passion to do it. Now all we see are our kids getting obese and walking around
Carrying huge bags.
and carrying huge bags that break the back. So I guess times have changed, but we need to go back to basics, because with all the degrees that are running around, people are still jobless. Maybe if we were given more time to be job creators than seekers, we wouldn't have so much. Because when somebody has, I'll give you a story of mine that really touches me. When I was in London, I was given, my coach, Big Mike, he passed away. He told me, "What did you do in school?" I told him I did mass communications and did PR and marketing. And I have, certificates in public speaking and all this. And he's like, "That is excellent. So, this is what you need to do. I'll give you my building, get 3 of your colleagues, start up a company online, marketing company, and start." I listened to him, and I'll be quite honest with you. I had no idea what he was talking about or where to start. But I have a degree, a second class upper. I'm really bright. But I had no idea what on earth he's talking about. Because unfortunately, the way we were told is not the way the world is right now. See, our older son Louis, when he was 13 years old, he brought home homework, holiday work, but it was just typed 1 paper. This is in the UK. And the holiday work he had to come up with a website,
Okay.
figure out what it would sell, figure out how he would run it, how he would market it. This is at 13, 14 years old. And that's his holiday work. And if it's a successful one, they will pitch it to people who will take it over. What are you teaching the child? Already you're teaching him a business sense, and you're teaching him how to get with these times. Whereas for me, all I had there was a semester we not to say bad about anything, but we learned about a camera that still had a flash that, oh my God. The film would be rewinded and the flash was soul taped on top. And the entire semester we learned about parts of that camera.
Yes.
But already digital cameras were out and everyone was using digital cameras. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So we need to take a step back, and I feel Uganda, we have like the best education system in East Africa and Africa, and we have the best English speaking people, but
Yes.
we need to focus our education on life,
Yes.
so that in
Preparing
turn,
people for
preparing
the world today.
people so that we can actually make job creators. There's very few people who leave university and can sit like you, Crystal, and say, you know what? I have studied, I've learned, I've got the experience. Let me start up my own YouTube channel. There's very few because we do not have the skills to do that. We've been told to follow.
Yeah.
That's why when we finish, all we do is look for a job. We don't start up jobs.
And you have someone saying, I failed
to get a job. But you have the papers. Why can't you just sit back and say, you know what? Maybe we can start this up. Because we're not trained to do that.
Yeah.
And we don't get any other training. So I just wish we had this time to do extra curricular, to let our children use their minds. See, now you can't use your mind
To
because
be solution oriented.
you feel some teachers out there, some other people, if the child asks why, it's like a form of disrespect.
Yes, yes. Why are you
Our
questioning
children
me
are
in
not
my class?
they're not let to use the mind. You know, they can't reason with the teacher because it's a sign of disrespect.
True.
And I feel we are still old-fashioned. We need to move with the times because that's not what it is right now. What it is right now, social media campaigns, phones as cameras, everything has changed.
Everything has
We need to
changed.
change
Yeah.
with it. My daughter came home the other day and she told me, Mommy, I forgot something. I was like, what did you forget? It's like, then we were doing the exam. Who was Kintu's sister? I was like, I'm sorry, what? My daughter
still
is
learning that.
asking me about things I learned when I was 7.
Oh yeah, they're still doing that.
And Gipiri and Labongo. No!
Well, some people say that at least it is our history.
Well, kudos.
But you know what I love? I love that we are having these conversations more and more
Yes,
because we're thinking about how we want to raise our kids.
we are. And a lot of people might say, no, why are you saying this system? I think the system is great. I just think we need to change it in a way that opens our children's minds
Yeah.
to more creative ideas so that we can bring in turn, like I said, job creators,
Yeah.
not job seekers. Because all we have are job seekers. Every year, how many lawyers get out of LDC? Where are we putting them?
Where are they going?
Where are they going?
How many firms are in Uganda? They can't
Exactly.
even take on as many.
Exactly. But if you empower the child with how to create for themselves, even when they've done law, they will start being they will start being entrepreneurs because they are empowered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we keep beating our children down and just feeding them what we think we should feed them, then I'm sorry. It's going to be the same story year in,
All
year
over
out,
again.
all over, every single time. We don't have jobs, we don't have jobs, we don't have jobs. I would say go make one,
Yeah.
but they don't know how.
Find something to do.
Find something to do, but how? Yes.
We're almost out
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
I do know you do a lot of public speaking engagements and you talk to a lot of young women. What would your advice be? What have you learned? I mean, I love the fact that you talked about once you had your child, you were ready, focused to bounce back and determined. Many women have children and they're like, but now I don't know. What's your advice?
That's exactly what I tell them. I tell them, look at yourself. You can lie to a lot of people, but I know deep down you know the truth. I know deep down Crystal knows, no, I have not done anything to help. I have not done anything to better my life. So I always tell them, close everything around you. Find some time for yourself and look within yourself. Are you where you want to be? Are you who you want to be? If not, then what are you willing to do to get there?
Okay.
Yeah, you should always, I always tell people when they ask me who motivates you, I say me. You're your best motivator.
Yeah.
If you push yourself, you don't need anybody else to. So if I know in my head, I have to be fit, I don't need any coach to tell me, go and jog, go and run.
Don't need a gym membership.
No, I will go on the streets and I will do road work. Because I don't need the excuses either. Be your own motivator. Motivate yourself. If you're happy in the skin you're in, you can make everyone around you happy. But you be depressed, I assure you,
Yeah.
everything around you will be
I
depressed.
think we meet people like that, so unhappy, so they do everything to make everybody else miserable.
Everybody, and you will not even notice. It's just, even when you're you're with your friends, you're the sad one.
The negative one.
You're the negative one. So find time to self-motivate yourself. Do whatever you have to do to put yourself, to inspire yourself. Then when you're happy with yourself, you can look to other people and say, I admire that one too. Because you're happy within yourself. It's what I always tell people when I see all these posts, haters, I don't know, haters do this.
Like,
and
what is that?
What is that? Like, what are you talking about? Haters. You who's talking about the haters, why are you even minding about other people? What you have to do is mind about yourself first. Then look to people who inspire you. Stop looking to people who put you down. Because all they do is look at you. So give them something extra. Envy. Be successful. Because that way you're happy. That's me. That's my motto.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Crystal.
I so enjoyed this.
Me too. Like I could talk for 3 hours.